did two tech entrepreneurs end up getting into space? I mean, of course, Elon Musk says, he learned space tech by reading a book. Um,
Yeah.
how did you guys end up in space? I mean, my understanding is that you both don't come from a traditional research, space research background or any of that. Uh,
Yeah.
what's the secret?
This is certainly not our first company, right? I mean, you know of some of the other things that we sort of done, and Chris got in. I mean, the reality is that Chris got into space in a big way. I think a couple of years ago, and it turned out okay, right?
This
I
is
mean, it
when he
turned
was
out.
creating the fund, uh,
Yeah,
making.
and and then the satellite happened, and I think the rest is history, right? And you know, and then we started looking at. I think he started getting a lot of calls from industry folks for manufacturing of satellites and things like that. And then we sat down and said that, you know what, I think it's probably, if you want to build a company, we should probably build one which should be our last company. But we feel that, space is mostly neglected from it's never, I mean, it's never been built in a way that sort of reflects the kind of work that is happening to sort of standardize and do things, especially on the demand side. And
So you're
yeah,
saying you can actually build, first movers can build good enough moat, a strong enough moat. Um,
yeah.
is it primarily because you're a first mover, because you've created a lot of those pipelines and dug those trenches so that a lot of people would have a harder time, uh, or is it because you have the data play, which basically becomes more exciting over time because you already have all these data that has been indexed and crunched, uh, that a lot of new entrants, I mean, they don't, like, your new customers need not uh, have the advantage of already having this information when they start and not having to wait for it. What's you know does that create a moat at all?
So we built this for ourselves. I mean, I've been a developer since I was 12. I was coding since I was 12. And I found it extremely hard personally to sort of use data from space, either to sort of like requisite it, to process it, etc. It just is super complicated, right? And there's also a learning curve in the sense that you have to read up about all of these things, and if I'm a business person, I think any good tool should not segregate between the skill level required for that tool to be accessible, right? So if you have a developer only tool, that's understandable. But if you're building a tool which had to be consumed by a business, then and the primary users of that is a business user, then the business user should be able to use it without any hand holding from their tech or IT teams, right? And we started with that because we wanted to build a product that we could use to make our lives more easier, much easier. And today we are able to do that.